Hi, my name is Ariel. I'm a peer counselor working under the peer counseling department. I have 1 semester of training. I will be here for the rest of the semester. We can meet once a week for 30-minute sessions if you like. Everything you say is confidential. However, if you talk about hurting yourself, harming others, or if you cannot take care of yourself, I will have to bring confidentiality. You have the right to refuse treatment. Do you have any questions? What brings you in today?
I've been feeling a little worried about one of my classes. I just had a delayed midterm exam and I got my grade back and I'm not really happy about it.
So you got a grade back from class and you're not very happy with it. Can I ask, what is a delayed grade?
Oh yeah, so I guess the professor didn't organize her schedule of like her lectures and stuff. So like what she did was, and there was a bunch of days off, she had to cancel a lot. So then when we were supposed to have the midterm, she kind of just pushed it back.
Yeah. Okay, so due to her schedule and conflictions, some classes were pushed back and then your midterm was pushed back.
Yeah.
Did you have enough time to study for the midterm?
Not really, because she kind of just was hinting at it like throughout maybe the past month. And then a couple weeks ago, she just announced, like, oh, okay, this coming week, we're going to have a midterm. It's going to be online, so you can do it Friday. And she told us, like, at the beginning of the week, so I didn't have enough time to prepare for it, and that made me even more nervous when it was time to take it.
Okay, so at first you got your syllabus, but she was not true to the syllabus. She was changing dates, she was pushing things back, and you felt that you did not have enough time for the midterm. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Is your class online?
It's like half and half. So we'll meet like once a week in person, but then our assignments are online.
And the midterm, was it supposed to be online, or was that a surprise?
No, it was always supposed to be online.
And did she provide classes, the classes that she canceled, did she provide any type of supplement for you to get the notes that you missed?
Not really. She kind of just based it off of like the weekly writing assignments that are just due by the end of the week online. She didn't really give like a heads up on anything else to do.
Okay, so you got your grade back, correct?
Mm-hmm.
What was the grade, if you don't mind me asking?
It was like almost failing.
Yeah. Yeah. And of course you're not.
Yeah, not at all.
Do you feel though that it was because of her pushing it back?
I think so. I think also because she didn't really have us prepare much. She kind of just gave us a review sheet and was like, okay, like this is what you should expect to be on the midterm. So I did it, but I wasn't even sure if what I had as my answers for the review sheet were even correct. And even when it came time to taking the midterm, I had my review sheet and my notes and stuff, and half of the stuff wasn't even on the midterm.
Okay, so she provided a review sheet, but she never went over the review sheet, so you were unable to know if you were going on the right path. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Did this make you feel frustrated? Is that safe to say?
Oh yeah, 100%. Because it was like I had everything I needed. I had even the textbook in front of me when I was taking the midterm, and it was just the way that she like worded everything, like the way she had her questions, I guess, written out, and also she kind of went over. She included some material that we didn't even cover yet, so it's like that was annoying to deal with. And even I was talking to some of my friends from the class after, and they have the same feelings. Like all of them pretty much almost failed it.
So a lot of you guys almost failed this.
Yeah.
Did you guys decide, are you going to speak with your professor about it, or what's your plan of action?
I kind of already did, because it was like a weekend, like a Friday, when I took the exam, and then the class was like at the beginning of the week, so everyone kind of came in upset, and everyone was telling the professor, how they felt, and like that they didn't feel like it was fair, and I did the same thing, and she still kind of like brushed it off, like saying, oh, yeah, it's fine, like everyone does bad on it. And it's like, you're a professor, everything, like you should know what you're doing.
So her response to you and your classmates was that you didn't prepare yourself well. She kind of put the blame off on you guys.
Yeah, and it's like I brought up some issues. I actually even met up with her one-on-one to describe like what I did to to prepare and that I wasn't happy with my grade, and she was just kind of saying like, okay, well, I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with the midterm because so many people were complaining, and because there were some issues with the exam that was caused by her, so she's like giving mixed answers, like saying we might do like a retake, or she might like completely erase it, and it's just annoying because she's not giving any direct answer. It's like having me wonder, and then it's like I'm worried about how I'm actually going to do in the class.
Is this a core requirement or is this an elective class?
It's like an elective, but it's like useful for my major. Like it's not required, but I took it because I know if I took it, like it would help me out.
Okay. And usually, how are you with your classes?
Pretty good. Like everything's like pretty straightforward. I'm good with getting my stuff in on time. Most of my other professors are really straightforward. It's just this one, she's really like difficult. I heard about her before, and like people were saying like, yeah, it's a little bit tough with her, but she was the only professor teaching this course, and I thought like, oh, it won't be that difficult, but it turned out to be worse than I thought.
When you prepare for midterms usually, what's your, how do you prepare?
I kind of just like take my notes, like I kind of like base it off of my notes in class. If I notice anything, like a professor will say more than once, I'll kind of mark that extra, like to be sure. I'm not really used to taking exams. Most of my other classes, usually we just have papers to do. So it's like my skills for preparing for midterm are kind of like off, but I do try as much as I can.
What kind of midterm was it? Was it open-ended? Was it multiple choice? Was it a mix?
It was just multiple choice.
And you said that some of the material that was on the test was not in the textbook. She did not go over, correct?
Yeah.
Did you bring that up to her?
Yeah, I did, and like some other students did. Like they noticed, because when we went back to class, she was starting a whole new lecture, and then material on that lecture was on the exam. So like people were saying like, we had questions like this on, and we're going over it now. And then it's like, I don't think she realized what she kind of put on the exam. It sounded like that she kind of just uses the same exam for every semester, and like because this semester was like we're behind, maybe she just forgot to include it. Yeah, like update it. But it's like now my grade has to suffer because of what she did.
What kind of class is this?
Re-exam.
Is it a writing class, a math class, an elective?
It's a psych class, so it's like just based on like just theories and like yeah.
So it's the kind of class where there are definitive right and wrong answers.
Yeah.
It's not like philosophy where it's your opinion, maybe.
Yeah, no, it's like a right or wrong type of thing, and it's like I'm more used to having more like interpretive work. Like I put my thoughts into it and like more open ended, but because this is like more right or wrong type of thing, it's like a lot more stressful because it's like I don't have any other option.
Okay, and you said that you spoke with her along with some other classmates, and she pretty much pushed the blame on you guys.
Kind
Correct?
of, a little bit. She was more like, yeah, this kind of always happens. Like I'm used to it. I'm used to students like coming up to me after my midterms and upset and stuff. And it's like, well, clearly there's something wrong with your methods, not me or like half of the students who failed.
Have you thought about what you can do besides speaking with her? Your other options to try and overcome the issue, because, like you said, you've already spoken to her and she's not trying to help you.
Mm-hmm. Well, hopefully she completely like annuls the exam. She said that was like an option like that she was thinking about. So hopefully that will like stick through. If not, then it's like I gotta make sure that I do well with everything else in the class. Like we have little like weekly like reflection assignments, and we have like discussion board posts. So I've been doing well on those. So now it's like I gotta make sure I get do really well on those, so it can like balance out, so that I don't get a bad grade in the class.
Okay, so if she annuls that paper, is she going to give you more assignments, or the assignments that you have already done, are they going to hold more weight? How is she going to figure that out?
She didn't really like explain too much about it, which is like also frustrating because it's like she should just know what she's doing, because it's like now the semester's coming to an end, so it's like you wanna have your students prepared, but it's like, it's annoying hearing like, oh, we'll see what happens. So it's like, I feel like maybe the other assignments are gonna have more like, weight on the grades. But I mean, I'm perfectly fine with that because I've been doing well on those and like it's what I'm comfortable with. So it's like, I wouldn't mind that. It's just, I don't know what's gonna happen.
So you would actually prefer if she just got rid of the midterm because you did better on the earlier assignments anyway?
Yeah, and like the midterm, cause she posts all the grades on like Blackboard and stuff, so I can see that the midterm like brought my grade down a lot. So it's like if she completely got rid of it, then it's like, it's good for me, but.
Has she spoken to you though about a final?
She mentioned a final, and she's like considering that as like another option of like how to handle the exam, because it's like she doesn't know if like she'll just scratch out the midterm and then just put everything into a final, or she doesn't know, maybe keep the midterm but take out the final.